The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you.
And squat. One. Calf raise. Good.
Hello, friends. I am starting another weekend reading vlog looking like a hot mess. I just got done with a tough workout. It was day 6 for me of my new workout program that I'm doing, and it was cardio today, so it was a hard one. I'm very sweaty. It's disgusting. I need to go have a shower and get ready for work, but I just wanted to get this started. It's going to be a fun reading weekend. It is Dewey's 24-hour readathon, but I am not doing Dewey's. I am going to do the Les Mis 24-hour read-along that Christy, Lewis, Naomi, and Victoria are hosting. It's part of the Les Mis along, which I'm participating in. So they're kind of doing a readathon tomorrow, like 24 hours, but mostly it's tomorrow all day. I don't know when it actually starts. I'll have to look into that exactly. But before then, though, I will be reading The Forest of Vanishing Stars while I'm at work today and throughout the day. And then tomorrow I will focus on my 3 Les Mis books that I have. Les Mis itself, the visual abridged version that I have, and then the 52 lessons from Les Mis. I'll be reading those tomorrow, and then I'm not sure about Sunday. I'm also this weekend doing a kind of 3-day refresh. This is what it looks like. 3-day refresh from Beachbody. I'm a little nervous about how this is going to go. I am vlogging that experience specifically on my other channel, which I have officially started. It's called Krista's Joyful Journey. If you are at all on a health journey of any kind and are looking for somebody to help with accountability and motivation and inspiration and all of that, I'm hoping that that's what that channel becomes. So I'd love for you to come and join me over there. I'm not sure how often and all that I'll post, but I am vlogging my 3-day refresh experience on that channel. I'll mention it here and there today, or throughout this weekend, but it's basically a plant-based fruits and veg only for a couple days and some supplemental drinks that they provide. So it is almost like a cleanse. So it might get a little hairy, but we'll see. I just need to go get ready for work now and have my breakfast, but I just wanted to get this vlog started and say thanks for hanging out with me again this weekend. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to do that and like this video along the way if anything floats your fancy. It helps my channel a lot, and I do vlog every other weekend, so if you like this one, there's more coming. I should make a playlist of all my past ones. I don't think I've been consistent in putting things in playlists. Do people use playlists? Do you guys use playlists? Let me know if that's worth my time to organize my stuff into playlists. I did it for a little while, but I'm not consistent with it. All right, gotta go get ready for work. My errands are done. Work is done, and I am now in my happy place for the rest of today, most of tomorrow, and probably most of Sunday. I'm so excited. I'm planning on getting up every now and then and getting some things done off of my to-do list. But for now, I'm just going to sit and do a really long chunk, hopefully, of The Forest of Vanishing Stars. I love when I took off the cover that this was the color. It's very foresty, like a deep forest green. It's really pretty with the gold lettering. It's really nice. I am on chapter, I don't know, let me see. I'm about to start chapter 11, so I've finished 10 chapters so far. Loving the story. I'm loving the survival aspect of living out in the forest. I'm really liking Yona's character. She's the main character. So what happened is Yona was kidnapped when she was very young, old enough to speak and old enough to have like 1 or 2 memories, because she can remember her parents and she remembers that she's from Berlin, or she just kind of had a feeling or something. I don't know. She was kidnapped and then lived her life out in the forest with this old woman who kidnapped her. This old woman lived until she was 102 years old. Crazy. And taught her everything about survival in the forest, how to forage for food and catch fish in the streams, and how to build a shelter in the middle of winter and every other time of year, and to move every couple of days so that you're never trackable, like people can't find you. And she also taught her to distrust everyone else in the world. And the reason that she kidnapped her right from the get-go is that she believes that Yona has some kind of purpose in life, but she just instilled all of this fear and distrust into her and never told her what that purpose was. So then she died and Yona was like, well, what do I do now? So then she starts to encounter, this is all set during World War II. She's now starting to encounter some Jewish refugees, in a sense, like people escaping from different ghettos in the different villages, just escaping from the Nazis. They just encountered some Russian soldiers. So it's getting pretty intense. There have been a couple of scenes that I was like, ooh. And it's only 10 chapters in, and I'm about 124 pages in. So I'm really looking forward to reading more of this and letting you know what I think. But so far, I'm really loving it. 5-star potential from the first third of the book. We shall see if that continues. This is pretty much the majority of what I'm going to read today, but I may also just pick up Cinder and start this. I'm going to group read for this weekend. I know they're having some sprints tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm mostly going to read Les Mis and things, but I will start this. This will be a nice break from the intensity and sadness of this one and the the tangents of Victor Hugo. So Cinder is like the fluff read that will just bring me a little bit of joy in the midst of some of those other things this weekend. So that is a plan. I'll check in later and let you know how far I got and what I think about everything. All right, bye. Just wanted to have a quick clip to show you my dinner. Cucumber tomato salad with basil and parsley and salt and this oil mixture and some red onion, which I don't love. Raw onion, I don't mind it cooked into things unless I'm having salsa. I don't mind it in salsa, but we're just going for it. I wanted to make the recipe as close as I could to the actual recipe, except I don't have straight balsamic vinegar, so I had to use balsamic vinaigrette. It is what it is. I had to make do with what I had. Good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. I have brought myself outside for just a few minutes to just see how it is out here. It's very humid, but it's going to be cool today and overcast / rainy, stormy all day long. I wish it weren't so humid. I would open all the windows and just listen to the rain all day. So instead, I will have to come outside to just enjoy listening for a few minutes here and there. I let myself sleep in today till 8 o'clock. I know that's not sleeping into some people, but it definitely is for me. I forgot to hop on last night because I stayed up a little bit late to finish The Forest of Vanishing Stars. I just had to keep going. I had to keep going. It was so good. So good. First of all, I love books that have any aspect of survival, and definitely that was a huge part of this book because our girl Yona grew up in the forest and learning how to survive and forage in the forest. And then she starts to help Jewish refugees in the forest and teaches them how to hunt and fish and build a shelter that can keep you warm in the wintertime and how to move every couple of days. And she just has this, she's so familiar with the forest that it helps these refugees to survive. It gets a little crazy at one point. There's a betrayal that happens and she ends up in this Polish town and meets some German officers and some nuns, and it was pretty intense at times. There was some really sad scenes and beautiful scenes. This girl was pretty special. It was really interesting. I'm not going to talk about my rating for it because it was one of my NetGalley 5-star predictions. So I'm really thrilled to knock off another NetGalley book, even though I read it in print and not on NetGalley or not on my Kindle, not before it was released. Oops. One of these days I will get caught up and be reading these NetGalley books ahead of their publication date, but that day is not today. So now I'm done with 2 of those 5-star predictions. I finished People We Meet on Vacation and I finished Forest of Vanishing Stars. I have 3 left. Sweet. Today, I have nothing planned today, which is kind of wonderful. I am not supposed to do it's my rest day for my workout program. And with this 3-day refresh thing that I'm doing, I'm not supposed to do heavy duty exercise. So I might just do either a yoga video or just some stretching on my own or a walk or something. Well, I'm not going to go for a walk outside because it's kind of yucky out, but maybe like one of those walking videos that I like to do, just a shorter one. My body gets really tight every morning, and so movement helps me to, like, my muscles to open up again, which is probably true for everybody, but I seriously have a hard time even getting dressed in the morning. Like getting my shorts or pants on is really difficult because I can't bend over because my back gets so tight. So I need to do some movement, especially if I'm planning on sitting a lot and reading today. But today is the 24-hour Les Mis read along. So I'm going to alternate like cleaning my room. It needs desperate cleaning. The bathroom needs to get cleaned. Little things like that. I'm going to alternate cleaning and reading for a little bit. I'm going to do some movement of some sort and I'm going to read. That's pretty much going to be my day. It's not going to be a very exciting day on the vlog today. I am still doing the 3-day refresh, so I will not be having even any fun snacks. It's like going to be pretty sad around here. Although not sad because I love a day to just chill and read. So I'm going to go read a little bit of Cinder this morning. I was going to start it last night, but I just didn't want to stop reading Forest of Vanishing Stars. So I'm going to go read a little Cinder and then start my timer and just go back and forth between cleaning and reading for a little while. I'm connecting with the Les Mis hosts around noon to chat with them and read a little bit with them. And then they're doing a sprint later today that they've invited me to be a part of. So if you're, well, this will already be over, but so that will be fun to sprint with them on the live. And yeah, just gonna see where the day takes us. I'll talk with you later. Hello friends, it's 1:15 and I'm just now sitting down to eat lunch. On my 3-day cleanse thing I'm doing, I have a meal replacement shake, 1 cup of a fruit, and a cup of a vegetable, so I have broccoli. And that's my lunch today. I did a little tiny workout today. It's technically a rest day, but I did a little walking video, and this morning I spent a lot of time going back and forth between reading and cleaning. So, oh my word, I need to clean up that area over there. I finished the load of laundry I did yesterday. And by finished, I mean folded and put it away. I changed the sheets on my bed. I cleaned up in my bedroom, cleaned off my dresser a little bit more. I put some books away that were in stacks on the floor, and I did some reading. So I read a few chapters of Cinder. It is a reread for me, and it's a lot of fun. I forgot that there was a pandemic at the beginning, though. I mean, I think it goes all the way through the book. I really don't remember that much about it. It's been 5 years since I read it. So it's almost like reading it fresh. But yeah, so I read a couple chapters of that, and then I read a little bit more in my Les Mis abridged version, the visual journey, which I still need to pop on here and show you later, but I will. And also I read a couple more lessons in the 52 lessons from Les Mis. I haven't actually read any from Les Mis yet, but I will get to that today for sure. And in just a couple hours is the live sprints with the hosts. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. But now I'm going to eat my lunch and watch some BookTube and then get back to reading. I'll talk to you soon. I love it. Hi. Hi, everybody. Happy Les Mis reading. Happy chatting.
All reading in general, right?
Post-reading chit-chat. Hello, friends. It is the end of the day Saturday. Look at my messy corner. And my messy dresser. Over there. Welcome to my bedroom. Mess. Actually, this is pretty clean. And I have fresh sheets. I changed my sheets today. I had really good time on the live this afternoon with Christy and Naomi and Victoria, chatting about Les Mis and other things and reading. I spent most of my time reading the abridged version of Les Mis that I have, the visual journey through Les Mis. It has beautiful illustrations throughout, and it's just fun to revisit the story without all of Victor Hugo's tangents that he goes on in the actual book. I did listen to a few more chapters in the actual book today. I'm not quite caught up with Victoria's day-to-day schedule. It's fine. I have time to catch up. She just kind of gave it as a general guide. I like to try to stay as close to that as I can, and I'm not quite caught up, but I have tomorrow. After the live, I had dinner, which is still that cleanse that I'm doing this weekend. And so it was just a big spinach salad with some vegetables in it and a little bit of vinaigrette on the top. Not the sweet kind of vinaigrette, just balsamic. And it was supposed to be olive oil and lemon, but I don't like olive oil and lemon as a dressing. So I just used a little balsamic vinaigrette. I cheated a tiny bit. Then I edited a video. That's a really hard word to say, edited. I edited it. I edited a video, and that will already be up. It was book haul. It will go up tomorrow morning. And that is it for today. I did not do very much reading this evening, and I don't know how much I'm going to get done tomorrow because I have church all morning, and then I have a currently reading podcast patron group Zoom in the afternoon. We're calling it Lit Society, which is just, they made all these little small groups. Basically, you could sign up for whichever one fit the time that you needed. Mine is going to be at 3 p.m. tomorrow, where I will meet, and I'm hosting it this time on my Zoom. So we'll all get together and just kind of share some favorite books recently and a bookish moment of the week, which is part of what they do on the podcast. And so that will be about an hour or so in the afternoon. And then I have to work on editing, and silly me vlogging 2 things in the same weekend. I'm not changing my shirts in between. So it's going to be difficult to separate all of the clips into the 2 different vlogs, but it is what it is. That's what I did. I'll make it work. It'll just take me a little bit of time tomorrow. So hopefully I can get some reading in as well tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. But that's the end of the day Saturday, and now it is way past my bedtime, and my goal this month is to not be on screens before bed, but that was not the case today. So that's okay. But that's all. So I'll speak with you tomorrow. Good morning. Happy Sunday. It's my typical Sunday morning car shot for you. I am about to head to church. I am teaching kids today, and I'm going to be wearing a mask. I'm going back to the mask. It's not required, I don't think, at church right now. I know there's a lot of feelings both ways, but my brother has a heart procedure happening on Thursday of this week, and I just don't want to bring home anything to him that could prevent that procedure from happening. So it's not just a COVID thing. Like, I just want to bring home any germs to Jordan. This has been rescheduled. When he went in the hospital, February, I think it was. Yeah. they said we need to do this procedure, and here it is August, like way later. He went in once for it, but then it ended up not happening. So we really want it to happen this week. He really needs it. It's a catheterization where they can go in and check out his heart. He has parts of his heart that are enlarged, and then they want to know how much it's enlarged, and it will just give them important information to help his health in the future. So I don't want to bring home any germs that could prevent this procedure from happening. So I'm going to mask up today at church, which is kind of a bummer because I hate wearing my mask, but it's important and I love my brother. So I'm going to do it today. He's going to stay home. He has Sundays off now and he's been able to come back to church. He came back last week, but today he's staying home. He's like, I just don't want to be risking anything. I'm like, I don't blame you. So he's staying home today. Yeah, so I have church and then I come home and I have this afternoon a thing with my currently reading buddies for a little bit and this afternoon. And then just reading and editing today. That's the plan. I do need to clean the bathroom. I haven't gotten to that yet this weekend. Yeah, just a normal chill Sunday. I'm hoping that the rain stays away. I'd like to go for a walk today. So that's probably in the plans as long as it stays like it is right now. And yeah, I'll just bring you wherever I go as per usual. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Anyone want to guess how much reading I've done today? 0. I have not read a single thing today. I filmed 2 videos. I had my Lit Society thing with my currently reading bookish friends. That was about an hour. And then I just had a little rest. And now I'm going for a walk. And then hopefully tonight I'll get some reading done. But probably not that much because I need to edit like crazy. I have so much to edit right now. So I'm going to listen to Les Mis while I'm walking. And that might be all the reading that I get done today. That's okay. There are days that this happens. I had a really good question from one of you guys. Jamie asked in the comments about how I balance filming and editing and reading and podcasts and watching BookTube and all of the things. And it's a good question. It just means that there's some give and take. Different days are going to be filled with different things. I prioritize, like when there's something that needs to be edited or I have plans for a video to go up, I need to work on that first. For example, this vlog will go up on Monday morning. And so it is priority number 1 later today to get all of the clips together and edit this vlog so that it can go up tomorrow morning. And then in the margins, I read, not in the margins. Priority number 1 is any videos that need to go up. And well, I mean, outside of other life, BookTube life, priority number 1 is videos I'm working on. And then it's a combination of reading and watching BookTube. Honestly, I don't watch as much BookTube as I used to when I first started. I mix audiobooks, BookTube watching, and podcast listening, like when I'm doing dishes and when I'm doing laundry and cleaning and all of that. It's like, depends on how I'm feeling in the moment. And I just really kind of go with how I'm feeling in the moment. And does that mean that I don't get to watch as many videos? Yeah. Does that mean that I don't get that I'm not caught up on all my podcast listening? Yeah. But it's okay. It's okay. There's no stress. This is a hobby, right? This is something I do for fun. So it's okay if I don't get to watch every single video that I want to or listen to every single podcast that I want to. I just do what I can do. And we all have the same 24 hours in the day, and how you choose to use them is up to you. And we all make time for what is the most important to us. So I want to make sure that I'm spending time with God, and then I'm talking to my friends and family, and then my friends and family on here on this channel and in my Patreon group and in the comments. Like, it's always been important to me to respond to all the comments. I get behind sometimes, but I've been able to somehow get caught up every now and then. Yeah, I just kind of do what I can do and give myself grace if I don't do it in the timing that I necessarily would have liked at the beginning. But yeah, you just kind of make it work. Balance is key. And if there happens to be a day like today where I don't read very much, it is what it is. I got to connect with people through the currently reading thing. I've chatted with a couple friends on the phone. I went to church and had fun there and had some good conversations with friends there. Yeah, it's been a good day. And I had a little rest, and now I'm going for a walk. It's a good day. All right, time to pop on some Les Mis and get a little bit of reading done. Friends,
It is like almost 8:30 on Sunday night, and I've still read basically zero. I listened to Les Mis while I was walking for maybe 5 to 7 minutes, but that was a really difficult walk today. I think because I haven't been eating a lot of calories this weekend, it just did me in, that walk. Oh boy. I had to stop 2 times in the middle of my 2.5 mile walk, which I never have to do. It was very bright and I just was sweating and it was so bright. So I stopped in the shade at first, filmed for my other vlog that I'm doing this weekend. And then I walked a little more and then I stopped and called my mom just to chat with her for a little bit. And then I walked the rest of the way home. Holy moly. It did me in. And then I had dinner and now I've been sitting here editing and it's taking me a long time and I just want to read. So I have a timer going. I'm going to read a couple spurts tonight, but I'm realizing how few clips I have in this video for this weekend. So it's kind of a light on the clips vlog, I guess. Not very exciting, but here we are. It is what it is. This is my weekend, real life. Okay, my friends, this has got to be it. I'm just about done editing this video and I realized I should probably go through what I actually did read this weekend. It's more than I thought. It's still not as much as a normal weekend for me, but that's fine. So I read 4 chapters in this 52 Little Lessons from Les Mis by Bob Welch. These are all very short, usually just a couple, 2 or 3 pages of different moments in the book and a thought about that moment. The last one that I read was lesson 6 and it's called Blessed Are the Poor in Spirit. It's just 1, 2, 3 pages long and it just talks about when Jean Valjean breaks down and cries, and he hasn't cried in 19 years, and it talks about why he breaks down and what brought him to that point and how having a heart that is kind of broken is not necessarily a bad thing, even though it's tough in the moment. So yeah, this is very cool. I'm really enjoying reading these little lessons as kind of a way to reinforce what I'm reading in the book. So love that. And I like that I can kind of break that up and read them in little spurts as well. This is the engaging visual journey, as it says on the cover here, that I have talked about in a haul and in a live as well, but I haven't showed it yet, and I've been talking about it in this video. This is probably the book that I read the most this weekend, because this is what I read from during the live, and I read probably 30, 40 pages during that live, but they are like 4-column pages with occasional illustrations in there. It's a beautiful book. Like, it's just stunning. And it's an abridged version of the story. So here is a full page illustration, which are in there as well. It's just really beautiful. And I like reading the but I like reading this version along with the other one. Ideally, I will get caught up. I still have about 30 pages to go till I'm caught up to where I am right now in the book. So I'm going to keep making my way through that and hopefully they will even out at some point. So of course I also read from the actual Les Mis. It was a very Les Mis weekend. I'm on page 666 in the book right now, but I'm listening to it on audio, so I didn't realize that it's not really a fun place to stop. It's not a very nice number. If you know, you know. But yeah, I'm in the book of Marius, in the section called Marius, and we're learning about him and his background and the group of men who are going to lead a kind of uprising in Paris in a little bit. It will happen in the book. So we're learning about Marius, who is a key player, and I'm really still enjoying this. I did listen while I was walking today, but it was not a very fun section. Victor Hugo just goes off on these tangents that sometimes I can understand why it's in there, and sometimes I'm like, why do we need to go on this? So I feel like I would have read it even more on my walk if I was in an interesting section, but that was not the case. And then tonight I did read a few more chapters in Cinder by Marissa Meyer and talked with Amanda and Sarah. I'm reading this in a group with them, as well as the lunar along. So I need to check on the Discord because I feel like I got up to a good spot to finish it. I finished book 1. So I feel like that might be a good chapter break. I don't know how they broke up the chapters, but I'm going to hop in that Discord and share my thoughts up to part 2. It's a lot of fun. The writing in here is not going to blow anybody away, but it's a different type of good writing because it's very compelling and it's interesting and it's fun. And I think even if it's not on a sentence by sentence level, something that I am going to get quotes out of and just pause because the writing is so beautiful, that's not the kind of writing that this is by any means. But I do think that it's fun. I think it's compulsive. I think it's exciting to read. I think it's interesting and unique. I think that there are definitely positives to this type of writing as well. I love the character of Cinder, who is part machine, part human. She's a cyborg, and which just sounds so funny. It just sounds so funny to say because it doesn't sound like a book that I would ever want to pick up, but I'm just really loving it. It definitely has the Cinderella vibes, like the wicked stepmother. She's horrible. And the stepsisters. The difference is she's friends with one of her stepsisters. But what I had forgotten is that there's a pandemic in this book. I read this 5 years ago, so there being a pandemic didn't stand out to me. I mean, it's a big part of the book, but yeah, as I started reading this again this weekend, I was like, oh yeah, there's a pandemic in here. What? Crazy. So I did get some reading done this weekend, even if it feels like I didn't read as much as normal, but oh my word, I'm losing my mind. I totally forgot a whole book that I practically read the whole thing of on Friday. I started this on Thursday, basically, and I finished it on Friday night. I read this whole book. What was I thinking that I didn't read very much this weekend? I read a ton this weekend. I already talked a lot about this book earlier in the vlog, so I'm not going to share it too much now because you've already heard me talk about it. I just was laughing at myself as I was editing, finishing up that video, and I'm like, wait a minute. I read a whole nother book. I read like 300 pages of this book. 200 pages. Yeah, I read about 200 pages in this one. Crazy. What am I thinking? But this was a fantastic book. Survival story, living out in the woods. After reading the author's note when I finished, I had to go on Google. She links a company that works in the forest, the Naliboki forest that is talked about in this book, which is where they live throughout the most of the book. And I went online and looked at pictures and saw, it just was so cool to see the actual forest that's being talked about and like hollowed out oaks and what that looks like. I took a couple screenshots for the Instagram buddy read group that I'm having for this book. So I took a couple screenshots that I'll throw in here real quick too. But I just couldn't end this video without saying that I read this whole book, basically. Oh my goodness. Now on to my closing. Thank you for hanging out with me this weekend. I hope that you enjoyed this kind of chill weekend in the life of Krista. I feel like I kind of say that often. So you're kind of getting a hint that this is kind of how a lot of my weekends go. Not very much going on, not going very many places. It was super rainy yesterday, so I didn't want to go out anyway. I was doing this 3-day refresh, so I didn't want to leave my house. And it was a lovely weekend. I feel relaxed. I feel ready to start the week. I did not get all of my to-do list done. I still need to clean the bathroom. But tomorrow I work a short day. On Mondays, I only work a few hours, so I have time in the afternoon tomorrow to come and finish some of the rest of my to-do list items. But for now, my goal is to be in bed before 11. It's 9:40 and I need to finish editing and uploading this vlog. So that's it for me. I hope you had a lot of fun. Please chat with me down in the comments. You guys know I love talking with you down there. For real, like I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I appreciate everybody who gives my videos a like and subscribes. Like you guys are just the best. You're the best. I'll talk to you in another video very soon. Bye.